Hello, everybody. It's Thursday afternoon on the 2nd of April, 5:30 in London. We're about to do our beginners Pilates session. So the things you might want to gather up today, either a softball, or if you don't have a softball, find a towel. And we'll just use the towel, just fold it up quite a few times. You can use that instead of your softball. We'll also use a band, a resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, just grab a belt or a scarf or something. At least you can use it to help get your leg a little bit straighter. And we're going to use some light weights. If you don't have light weights at home, grab like bottles of water or cans or something. They also work quite well. So we're going to get started here in just a minute. We're going to start standing up. So I've just been informed in London there's going to be another clap from the NHS tonight at 8 p.m. So I hope everybody's going to go out and show our appreciation to the people on the front line. We'll be out on our balcony tonight, banging our pots and pans and my dog barking. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we always start standing at the end of the mat. Just do a little posture check. Make sure your ears are above your shoulders, shoulders above your ribs, ribs above your hips. Draw your ribs slightly towards your hips, drawing the belly button in. Just most people tend to flare. Just make sure you have that connection, those abdominals tight. Keep your weight even over your feet, the balls of the feet and the heels. And then take a big breath in, reach your arms up. And then as you breathe out, come up onto your toes, drawing the belly button in. Try to stay still on those ankles, just staying nice and high. Drop your heels down, reach your arms out to the side, drop your chin to your chest, around your spine, and slowly roll yourself down over those legs. And just hang there for a moment. Nod your head yes. Shake the head no. And then sway left and right, just sweeping your torso side to side, just trying to loosen up your lower back. Come back to the center. I want you to bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. And then change. Bend the left knee with the right leg straight. Start one more time each way. Right knee bends. Try to lock out that left knee. Then left knee bends. Lock out the right. And then bend both knees. Scoop the abdominals and let the head hang and roll yourself back up. Just re-stepping your spine. One vertebra on top of the other. Shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale again, coming up into your balance. With the arms overhead, but ribs pointing towards your hips. So just like a slight adjustment, dropping those ribs down. Lower your heels down. Exhale, lift. And lower. And lift. Stay there for 4. Lift. And 3. Last 2. We're going to hold the last 1. Try to pull your legs slightly together to get a little more engagement into the muscles, and then turn to your left. Hips stay facing forward, shoulders twist. Inhale back to the center. Try to stay high on those toes. Turn to the right. Hips stay facing forward. Breathe in. Come back to the center. Think about just twisting at the waist, narrowing the waist as you twist. Exhale. Inhale, center. Last one. We're going to turn to the right, trying to stay high on those toes. And then center, arms out to the side. And I want you to reach the hands together behind your back. Just pull your shoulder blades together. Open the chest. Look up to the ceiling. And then drop your chest down, let the arms drop out away from the body. Have a look at your feet. Make sure your feet are still parallel. Try to spread your toes a little bit. And then again, nod your head. And when you let go of those hands, drop them down to the mat. Bend your knees. Get your hands all the way to the mat and walk your hands forward. Breathing out as you come forward, out into a plank. Now lift the head, slide the shoulders down the back, zip the core in tight. And then breathe in, lift your hips up. Press into your heels. Breathe out, come into your plank. And again, breathe in, come into that downward dog pose, hips high. Your body like a triangle. Inhale, back, forward into your plank. Head, shoulders, and hips all in one line. We're going to inhale as we lift. Exhale as we lower. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hold there. Now we're going to inhale, lower the knees. Exhale, lift. Breathe in to lower, and out to lift. Try to come onto the tips of the toes to drop the knees down. Try not to drop the hips. Keep the hips and shoulders in one line. One more time. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, lift back up. Now we're going to lift the hips high. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees around the spine and roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Once your head and shoulders come up, I'm going to lift your left arm up to the ceiling. And imagine a helium balloon pulling you straight up. just lengthening out that left side of the body, just almost finding more space between each of the ribs as you lift that left arm up. And then breathe in, change. Right arm up to the ceiling, just lengthening out your right side. And then breathe in, take the hand back down to the mat. One more time, chin to chest, rounded spine, rolling down, articulating as you roll all the way down. Trying to get every joint to move individually. Now bend the knees, breathe in, rest your chest on top of the knees, place your hands on the floor or the mat. Exhale, just get the legs as straight as you can. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, straighten up the legs. One more time, bend the knees. Get into a really low squat. And then straighten the legs out. And then soften your knees, hands to the mat, walking forward one more time, breathing out as you come forward. And this time I'm going to come down to your elbows. Lower your knees down to the mat. Tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly button in. So we're rounding out your lower back. We're going to breathe out, lift your left knee up, right knee stays down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the right knee up. Inhale, down. One more time each way, left knee up and down. Then the right knee goes up and down. The next one, you're going to breathe out. Lift both knees up. Exhale. Inhale, down. And for 4 more, lift and lower. Keep your head lifted. Look off the end of the mat. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Now drop the knees down. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your back. Just kind of drag your hands back. Rest your head. And breathe. Drag your hands all the way back, spin yourself around. And I'm going to come onto your back. Now, we're going to grab either that ball or the towel. I'm going to demonstrate with the towel. And we're going to place the towel between your knees. Have it folded as much as you can. Just try to really squeeze it tight between the knees. Knees are right above your hips. Shins parallel to the floor. You have a little space under the lower back. Ribs pointing towards your hips. Now we're going to draw the belly button in and really lift your pelvic floor. So imagine your sit bones, the base of the pelvis, pulling together, lifting the back passage, tailbone pulling towards your pubic bone. And we're going to peel the head and shoulders up, looking towards the thighs and pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Flip the palms as you breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. The movement of the arms comes from the middle of your back. So really try to engage the muscles of the arms all the way kind of around those corners of the shoulders into your middle back. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now, if you want to advance this, we just stretch the legs out. Breathe in. Keep squeezing that towel. Breathe out. Or a ball. Breathe in. Aim for 3 more breaths. Inhale. Keep the belly button pulled in tight. If you find that anything's kind of bulging up, better to pull your knees back in. 1 more breath. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Now pass that towel or ball into your hands. We're going to reach your arms overhead. Inhale, holding that towel or ball in your hands. Exhale, lift the hands, lift the head. Peel your spine all the way up and reach forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back, shoulders down, a little bit of squeeze on the towel or the ball, rolling all the way down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale. Now, I do find in a lot of my classes, it's not actually so easy to roll up. So it's not even particularly a beginner exercise. If you do get stuck as you're rolling up, I'm just going to show you a little modification. You can take one leg up and then lift. Just use the weight of that leg to help you come forward, or even both legs. So I'll show with both legs this time. So roll, try to control as you come down, then lift both legs up, and then you can use a little momentum to roll yourself up. So if you get stuck, if you find it almost impossible to roll straight up with your feet down like this, or you can always just come onto your elbow, roll yourself up that way, and focus more on rolling down. Good. Okay, we're going to leave that towel behind. I'm going to wrap your hands around your knees. Pull your knees into your chest. Now a little movement side to side. Now hold the right knee in, stretch your left leg long, lift your head, lift your shoulders, scoop the belly button in and tight, and try to press that lower back down into the mat. Breathe out, switch sides. Inhale, exhale. So breathe out as we pull the knee into the chest. Try to pull your chin into your chest. Imagine you're touching your nose to the knee. Aim for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull the knees in, drop the head down, turn the head side to side, little stretch, stretching out that neck. Good, then curl the head and shoulders up. We're gonna do both arms, both legs, stretch and tuck. Breathe out, and scoop and hollow the abdominals as you reach, and tuck, aim for 6. Option to have the head down on the mat. That's a little bit easier, last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Again, wrap the hands around the knees, drop the head down, and I'm going to stretch your toes up to the ceiling. Get the legs as straight as you can. Open your feet out, circle your feet around. It's mobilizing those ankles. I'm going to point your toes. Again, head and shoulders come up off the mat. We're going to hold the right leg and let that left leg drop as low as you can. Don't let it sit down on the mat. Hover it, but keep it quite low. And we're going to climb hand over hand, trying to get up towards your ankle. Shoulders down away from the ears, and then breathe in, change. Drop the chest slightly. Starting at the knee, we walk hand over hand over hand, trying to climb up towards that ankle. Slide the hands on the legs, switch legs, and again, lift, 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 and hold. Lower leg close to the mat. Slide down that leg, change sides. Head starts on the mat. And we lift the head, lift the shoulders, peel right up so you can walk right all the way up to that ankle. Slide the hands down like you're sliding down a pole. One more time. Inhale, change the legs. Exhale, like you're climbing your rope, hand over hand over hand. Trying to get up towards that ankle, and then shoulders down, head down to the mat, knees into your chest. Take a breath. Good. Now we're going to take the knees back to our tabletop position. So your feet and knees are like a shelf. You can have a plate sitting there. So those are parallel. Ribs towards your hips, belly button pulled in tight. Now take your hands off the edges of the mat, and we're going to dump that plate, dropping your knees to the right. Keep your left shoulder down. Breathe out, lift the knees back to your midline. Inhale, drop the knees down to the left. So it often feels good to turn your head in the opposite direction from the legs. So we're really twisting that spine, twisting from the neck all the way down through your lower back. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Come back to the center. We're going to lower the feet down, and now find your towel or your ball. So if you're using a towel, just roll it up, again, as small as you can. Tuck it under your tailbone, but make sure it's kind of between your hip bones and your tailbone. It's not too far out. Sort of like a small shelf for the pelvis. We're going to lift the knees up, sink the ribs down, hug the abdominals in. Now, if you're using a ball, so the ball is a little bit more wobbly, and the wobble is good. The wobble kind of forces more small muscles to work. So if you're using the ball, it's basically the same. You're just a little bit higher, and there's a little bit less stability than you would have on the towel. But still, the towel helps to work the same muscles. It might be worth investing in a ball. I've even bought just kind of really cheap little footballs or like children's plastic balls from the grocery store that cost about $1.50. So, and I just let a little bit of air out of them so they're a little bit softer. So that's a little trick if you can find one in this strange day and age. So now lay your hands across your abdominals, draw your belly button down, shrink the sides of your waist together. And we're going to tap your right toe down. Hold it there. Imagine that toe's touching water. Keep your belly button scooped in. Take a little sip of breath. Let's slowly lower your left toe down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right knee up. Take a little sip of breath. And then exhale, lift the left knee up. Now I want you to touch just inside your hip bones and try to feel the slow, small abdominals working tight, almost like you're pulling your hip bones together. Lift one knee up and then the other knee up. Think about your lowest back rib. Try to push it down into the mat. Right toe down, left toe down, right knee up, left knee up. Now we're going to flex the feet. Relax your shoulders. Lower your left heel down first. Exhale as you move. Inhale to hold. Exhale as you move again. Little sip of breath. Exhale to lift. Inhale to hold. And then exhale to lift. Inhale to hold. One more time. Exhale. Lower that left heel. Imagine, again, you're touching water. Right hip comes down. Belly button stays scooped in tight. Exhale. Lift the left knee up. And then the right knee up. Now hold there. Take your fingertips up to the ceiling. Point those toes. We're going to stretch your left leg and your right arm long. So the thumb should touch the mat or the floor behind you. Breathe out, hand and knee come back for a starting point. Left arm, right leg. Inhale back. So the breathing it's not absolutely key with this one because it's not like a heavy exertion. Usually we breathe out when we exert the muscles. Here, you're kind of working the muscles in both directions. So as long as you're never holding the breath, then that's all I care about with the breathing. I generally exhale as I lower, inhale as I lift, but sometimes I flip that, and that's okay. But one more time each way. Inhale and exhale. See, I just flipped it. Last one, whatever feels right for you. And come back to that starting point. Now we're going to cross your hands across your waist. Pull the sides of your waist together. Lift the pelvic floor really high. And we're going to inhale, lower your feet down to the mat. Touch the toes. Exhale, lift the knees back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Aim for 3. And if this feels too strong at all, just open, just separate the legs, do singles, alternate sides. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Breathe in and out. Now pull your knees into your chest. Stretch your legs out. If you're on a ball, there'll be a little bit more wobbling going on. So that's fine. You may need to take one hand down to help you stabilize. If you're on the towel, you should be fairly still with your hips just a little bit higher than your shoulders. Pull your right leg in. Get that leg as straight as you can. Drop the left leg down. Relax your shoulders. And big exhale as you pull that leg in. Switch sides. So again, I always say to people, listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right, skip that exercise. Don't force something if it doesn't feel right for your body. Take your right foot down, left foot down. That's the one thing I find very difficult about teaching online is just not being able to read people's faces, not being able to see what they're doing, not knowing what their issues are. So it's important that you kind of self-regulate and just most people do know when something feels right or wrong. Okay, we're going to flip over to our all fours now, and we're going to take that towel and place it under your left knee. Again, you have the option. It's going to be a little more challenging with a ball, but if you have a ball and you want the challenge, take that ball under the left knee. We need to tuck the toes under to help you to stabilize. We're going to lift the right leg up and down. Lift and lower. Keep going. Aim for 8. And 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2. Really try to lift that glute, that's the bum, up the top of the back of your leg. Kind of really engaging, squeezing, lifting that muscle. Hold the next one up. Now bend the knee, fold the heel into your hip, and then stretch the leg out. Knee goes down to the mat, foot stays in line with the hip. Aim for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. I want you to take the toe down to the mat, slide the toe out to the corner. We're going to do some big circles. Big circles with that right leg. Try to keep your hips level, keep your shoulders level, zip the core tight. Now we're going to reverse our circles, 4 circles the other way, make them big. So reaching kind of to the midline, out to the edge of the mat. Last 2 and 1. You take the toe down to the mat, lift your lower back, and just lift that leg up. Bend the knee now. Point the toe up to the ceiling. Little pulses up. Really, again, squeezing that glute with each lift. Try not to let the knee drop any lower than your hip. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now breathe out. Drop the knee to your forehead. Drop the head. Exhale. Empty the lungs. Inhale. Lift the head. Lift the toe, reach the toe up to the ceiling, lift the head up. Exhale, wrap the knee around, try to reach your knee to your forehead. Inhale, reach that toe around towards the back of your head. Exhale down, try to ripple through the spine. Again, articulating, lift the tailbone, arch the lower back, middle back, then the upper back, and then reverse it, rolling from the upper back through the middle back, through that lower back as you come down. And then come back to neutral. Turn your knee out to the side, circle the knee up and around for 4, 3. Think about your upper body. Just check if your arms are starting to bend at all. Try to straighten up those elbows. Reverse the circles, 4 the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the right knee down. Remove the towel or the ball or whatever was under that knee, if anything was. Sit back onto your heels, stretch your arms, and rest your forehead. Circle your wrists a couple times. So there's quite a lot of load on the wrist with that one, with that knee up. There's more load on the hands. So just kind of shake that out a little bit. I'm going to change sides. I'm going to flip myself around so you can see a little bit better what my moving leg is doing. My standing leg is on that towel or ball, toes tucked under. We're working the left side now. Hands directly beneath your shoulders, ears in line with shoulders, shoulders down your back. We're going to lift the leg up and down. Try not to collapse. I would look out for like a collapsing lower back as you lift that leg. Imagine somebody's fingers just pushing that belly button up and in to support and keep the lower back nice and still and strong as you move that leg. And again, think about that glute, lifting up the back of the leg. Find that crease that separates your hamstring from the glute, that little kind of semicircle under the butt cheek. Try to lift that up and define it a bit more with each lift. Hold the next one. Now we bend and extend. So that gets a little bit more into your hamstring, a little bit lower on the leg, kind of from the knee up to the top of that thigh. Breathe in and out. Think about your upper body. So with the second side, the arms are a little bit more tired. So we have to take a little more attention. Really press the mat away, press into those fingertips so we don't overload the wrists. Slightly pulling the hands apart as if you're trying to rip your mat in two. Hold the last one. Then take the toe down to the mat. And we're going to do those big circles. Breathe in, breathe out. So you inhale as you lower the leg. You exhale as you sweep it out to the side, up to the ceiling, and down. One more in this direction. Inhale, hold. Reverse the circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift that leg back up, point the toe to the ceiling, pull your ribs up into your body. Check your arms are still strong. Pulse that toe up to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe out, knee to chest, drop your chin, knee towards your forehead. Inhale, lift the head, lift the toe. Exhale, knee to your forehead, chin to your chest. Inhale, lifting the arms up, filling those lungs. 2 more times, rolling from the shoulders through the middle back, through the lower back. Exhale. And then from the lower back, through the middle back, through the upper back as you lift. And last one, rounding the spine. And come back to our neutral spine. Turn the knee out, circle the knee up and around for 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knee, push that towel or ball or whatever away. Sit back onto your heels, open your knees out, stretch your arms long, and breathe. Drag your hands back. And again, without forcing it, or if you feel any pain, you might want to skip this, but if it feels good, go with it. Fingertips point towards your hips. We're going to press into the tops of the feet and lift your hips high. Look to the wall behind you. So you're just really stretching the fronts of the tops of those legs and your hip flexors. That's the front of the hips and your abdominals. Breathe in, drop the hips, bend the elbows. Breathe out, straighten the arms. Lift the hips up, press into the tops of those feet. Just opening everything out. And then sit back down. So if you've been running it all this week, that's a really good stretch for you, just to open up those hips a little bit. Place the fingers in front, around the shoulders. Arms up. And out to your sides. Now we're going to come back to sitting. Spin our feet around to the front. Grab that towel ball, whatever you have, and place it between your knees. Around to the front. Grab that towel ball, whatever you have, and place it between your knees. Now, if you have light weights and you want a bit more challenge, throw your weights in as well. We're going to tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly around the spine, and come into our C-curve series. So imagine you're hugging a big ball in front of you. So you just turn. So I've got my fingertips touching. I've got my weights in my hands, but they're optional. Elbows out to the side, and we're going to come down an inch. Little squeeze on that towel between my knees. Tuck and lift. Keep moving there. Aim for 6 and 5. Last 4. So the movement comes from the pelvis and your lower back. I'm not dropping my shoulders like that with my back straight. It's opening out the lower back, lifting it slightly up. Hold the last one. Squeeze that towel or that ball a little tighter. Lift the right arm up. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, left arm up. Inhale, lower. One more time each side. Right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. I'm going to try 2 with both arms, but feel free to keep alternating if it feels too strong. Up and down. Breathe out. And enhance the knees and stretch out your back. Pull your shoulder blades together behind your back. Just grow a little taller through the top of the head. I'm going to breathe out, round that spine once again, back into our C curve. So I say imagine a large letter C through your back, a small letter C through your abdominals. We button the ribs towards your hips. Shoulders down, nice long neck. Turn to the right. Make sure your shoulders face your hands. Come down an inch and up an inch. Tuck and a little bit of squeeze on that ball or whatever's between those knees. If you have nothing, then just try to squeeze your knees together. Zip your feet and knees together. Stay there for 4, 3, last 2. Hold the last one. Right arm up, exhale. Inhale down, left arm up. Inhale down, one more time each way. And down, last one, lift and lower. Take the hands back to your knees, stretch out your back. Inhale. And we're going to exhale. We've got the left side to go. So tilting, scooping, hollowing the abdominals, shoulders down, turning to the left, elbows wide. Squeeze that towel down an inch, up an inch. Tuck and lift. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and hold the last one. Left arm goes over your head. Try to get it out of the peripheral vision. Inhale down, right arm overhead. Inhale down one more time each way. Left arm up and down, and then the right arm goes up and down. Hands come back to your knees, and we straighten at the back. Good. Take, let's actually pop your weights to the side, and we're gonna roll yourself all the way back down to the mat. Still with that ball or towel between your knees. Just kind of walk your feet in closer so your feet are directly beneath your knees. Take your hands to your lower abdominals. We're gonna press that lower back into the mat. Scoop the belly button in, big pelvic floor lift. Inhale into the sides of the rib cage. And then exhale, peel your spine all the way up, one vertebra at a time, just peeling off of that mat. Walk your hands a little closer to your feet, button your ribs towards your hips. Try to tilt the pelvis slightly, and then inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, squeeze that tail to lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now, if you have a band and you want to make this a little more challenging, just lay the band over your hips and just hold it tight. So it just adds a little more resistance as you lift and lower. Same for 6 and 5, 4, 3. Keep going. Last 2. And hold that last one up. Squeeze that towel tight. Breathe in. Lift the arms all the way behind you. And then breathe out. Drop your rib cage down first. Keep your hips high as you roll through your middle back. And then one vertebra at a time coming back down through your lower back. Hip bones and tailbone come down last. And then breathe in. Take your hands back to your sides. Now we're going to remove the towel or whatever's between those knees. Make sure your feet are still directly beneath your knees. Just you should be able to reach your heels with your fingertips. Hands to the lower abdominals. Again, we're going to press that lower back down to the mat. Then hands back to the sides. Peel the spine all the way up, articulating every joint. And then lift your right knee up. Keep that knee bent 90 degrees. I want you to lift your toes on your left foot just slightly. So we're just digging into that left heel. Breathe in, lower the hips down with that lift. So imagine a string connecting to this knee, pulling it straight up to the ceiling and dropping it down and down to the floor. Slightly try to lift those toes up so you're in a flexed foot on that left side. That just helps you to focus again on our glute muscle at the top of your left leg. For 6 and 5. Last 4. 3, 2, we're going to hold the last one. Now, if you can stay with me, tap and lift, just tapping that toe down, keeping the hips up off the mat for 3. Breathe in and out. Last 1, lift, and then drop the right foot. Let's just take the hips down for a moment, just a little rock side to side, just massaging out any tension through the lower back. And we're changing sides. Lower back presses down into the mat. Peel the spine slowly up. Hands walking towards your feet. Lift your left knee up. Peel those toes up slightly. And then inhale, lower the hips down. and lift. Breathe in and up. Again, knee stays over the hip. Get that full range of motion. You should be able to feel the mat under your hips as you lower without resting. And go as high as you can. Aim for 8 and 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take that left foot down to the mat, lift it back up. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you lift. Stay there for 4, and 3, last 2, and 1. Take the foot back down to the mat, drop your toes down, breathe in, lift the arms all the way behind you, back to the hands touch the floor, hips go a little higher, and drop your rib cage down first, roll through your middle back second, lower back third, hip bones and tailbone last, and then wrap your hands around your knees, hug your knees in, and add a little rock side to side. Hands behind the knees, chin to your chest, pull yourself into a tight little ball, and add a little roll. Roll yourself up to sitting. Now grab some water and have a sip of water. Or just take a break to breathe. Okay, so now we're going to use the resistance band, or like I said, if you don't have a band, some sort of scarf or belt also will work. So I need to wrap the band around your feet and cross it in front of you. So it's kind of wrapped a little tighter. We're going to roll the upper body down and lift the legs up. Reach the arms holding that band, either up to the ceiling, depending on the length of your band, or maybe reaching to the wall behind you. Now I'm going to keep the lower back close to the mat. We're going to press those legs down and up. Now if you don't have one that has that kind of springiness to it, if you have more of a scarf or a belt, just lower the legs down and lift them back up. So just lowering and lifting. Good. Aim for 4 and 3. Last 2. Again, this is one where it's not so imperative that you exhale or inhale in one movement or the other, as long as that breath is flowing. Last one. Inhale down, exhale up. Now we're going to try to lift the head, maybe shorten that band a little bit. I need to shorten mine, and see if you can roll yourself up and balance. Now drop the feet down, sit up really tall, fold over your legs. And if you have a belt or a scarf, you're going to have to let it go because you need some spring in that band to do this next one. We're going to try to extend those arms out and in. So it's working into the backs of your arms. Flex your feet. Now, if you don't have a band, just lift the arms and lower. So imagine just pushing the air away and slowly dropping those arms back down. Aim for 6 and 5. Keep moving. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now sit up a little taller. Grab your band a little shorter. Straighten up the back. Pull your elbows back. And forward. Now, if you don't have a band, just to go through the motions. If you don't have a band but do have weights, hold your weight. Just pull and forward. Just think more about lengthening your spine and really pulling your shoulder blades together behind the back. Aim for 4. Keep moving with whichever one you're doing. 3. Last 2. And 1. Now, let's remove the band. Let's take all the equipment away. Pull your knees into your chest and balance here. Lift the feet slightly, pull the shoulders back. Now we're going to extend the arms, let the knees kind of push away from you, and then pull the knees back in, elbows out to your side. Extend, and then bend the elbows. Now if you feel like that was easy enough, you can try it with the hands just along your sides. So there's no support at the backs of those knees. Or if you can, or if you need to, use that support. Make it small, slow it down. That's how you dial things back. It's important that we keep the control as we move. So Pilates is about control. Once you've lost that control, better to dial it back and do something a little bit lighter and build up slowly. Aim for 3. Really pull the shoulders back. Lead with that chest 2. And hold the last one. I want everybody to grab the backs of their knees if they haven't already. Extend the legs up. Inhale down. Extend and bend. Last 2. And down. And 1. Now let's hold there. Let's take one hand away, the other hand away, holding that perfect teaser. Slowly lower the feet down. Reach forward over the legs, wrap around the ankles, the backs of the calves, wherever you can reach, and pull that chest down towards the knees. And then breathe in. Again, come back into your straight back. Good. Now we're going to grab our weights and we're going to do a little bit of upper body exercise, and I'm going to come up to standing. Now, it's important to work your balance every day. So we're going to cross the right hand to the left foot, bend the left knee, look up to the ceiling, turn the shoulders, breathe in, straighten the legs, breathe out, opposite hand to foot, looking up to the ceiling, inhale, change, exhale, switch. Come back to the center, both legs are straight, try to turn your toes out, soften your knees, and roll yourself up like a rag doll. Shoulders and head up last. Circle the shoulders back twice and forward. Good. All right, we're going to come down to the mat and do our side lying. Not going to need any equipment at all. So your arm is out, stretch your head's resting on your arm, shoulder back, ribs towards your hips. We're going to wrap this hand around and tuck the fingers under the lower part of the waist, but try not to pull that shoulder forward at all. The shoulder blades are together behind your back. And we're going to lift both legs up, narrow the waist, inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, lift and lower. So try not to push into those fingers as the legs go up. Keep the belly button pulled in really tight. Keep your rib to hip connection. Just a little lift without moving the hips, without moving the pelvis. Hold the next one. Now lift your top legs a little higher in small circles with that top leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Else float that hand to the ceiling. Reverse your circle. 6, 5, 4. Try to keep everything else still. Last 2 and 1. Flex your feet. Lift the top leg up for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then last, set feet in line with your hips. Stretch from the crown of the head to the soles of your feet and scissor both legs to the edges of the mat for 8, 7. Try not to flare your ribs. Keep your ribs towards your hips. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come back together. Drop the feet down to the mat. Slide your top knee forward. Hand from the head holds the knee. Other arm reaches up behind. Just push everything out of the way. And circle that arm all the way around your body. Imagine you're drawing a little chalk circle around your torso with that hand and one finger. Reverse your circles. Let's go 2 circles the other way. Again, trying to keep the hand close to the floor. And last one. Good. Let's spin around to the other side. Nice lower abdominals. Make sure those lower abdominals are tight. 4, 3, 2, hold the last one, lift the top leg a little higher and small circles. 6, 5, nothing else should move. 3, 2, lower leg hovering up off the mat. Let's even take that hand up to the ceiling, reverse the circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Your neck is still as long as you can kind of stretch it. Hold the last one up, little pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And feet in line with the hips, scissor both legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs back together. Drop the feet down. Slide that top knee forward. Hand from the head holds the knee. Other arm stretches, reaching behind you. Back hand touches the floor. And then circle the arm over your head, past the leg. And one more circle in that direction. And just notice if there's any difference from one arm to the other. If one feels looser, one's like it's almost crunching as you circle. And just try to even those things out. All right, I'm going to flip over onto your front. Send yourself back to the middle of your mat. Take your elbows out to your sides. Feet are flat, tops of the feet down. Belly button pulled in. So imagine you've got a piece of paper under the abdominals. You can slide that paper out. There's just a little, like a millimeter of space under those abdominals. We're going to breathe out. First set, we're going to lift. Keep the elbows and the hands on the mat. Just lift that chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. Now let's see if you lift the hands and the elbows as well. And for 6 and 5. Keep reaching from the tip of the tailbone right through the crown of the head. Keep that belly button in tight. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Last 2. And then hold that last one. Really pull your elbows into the sides of the ribcage, almost like tucking them slightly behind. And then breathe in. Stretch the arms in front. Breathe out. Pull those elbows back. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head. Reach those fingertips. Exhale, pull the elbows in. Last 2. And lift. And 1. And lift. Now drop the chest, drop the hands. Find that towel or ball. And we fold it up and place it between your knees or slightly higher, almost between your inner thighs. We're going to now lift your upper body and your lower body. So lift the arms, lift the legs. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Squeeze that towel or that ball between the legs. Keep going. I'll show you what it looks like if you have the ball. Just lift and lower. That's 2. And down. Let's hold that last one for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now drop the chest, drop the arms, take your hands down along your sides. We're going to start with the feet on the mat. We're just going to turn the pinkies up to the ceiling, pull the shoulder blades together, look down at the mat. So we're lengthening from the tip of the tailbone to the top of the head. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. A little bit of a squeeze on the ball, but the feet stay down on the mat. Inhale. Last one. Now we try to lift those legs up, hold there. Inhale, down. 2 more. Chest up, arms up, legs up. Squeeze the inner thighs. And down. Last one. Lifting all the way up and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's remove that ball, the towel, or whatever you were using. Take your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Toes get the knees apart. And just stretch out your back. Stretch out your arms. And come up to all 4s. Tuck your right arm through the body. Slide it all the way across. Head and shoulders down the mat. Left arm up to the ceiling. So you got that 90-degree angle between the arms. Stretch both arms a little longer. Breathe in, expanding into your ribs. And then breathe out. Take the left hand down. Right hand comes back through. Reverse the twist of that spine. Lifting the right fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Imagine somebody pulling that hand up. And then inhale. Drop the right hand to the mat. Left arm tucks through the body. Slide it all the way through. Pressing into the back of that arm. Reaching it nice and long. Right fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Right hand comes down. And then we reverse the twist. We take that left hand through the body all the way up to the ceiling. Imagine somebody pulling that left hand all the way up. And then take the hand down to the mat. Now come over onto your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Loop your hands around your left thigh. Open your shoulders out. Try to keep the head down. A little bit of movement side to side. Just tilt the pelvis forward slightly as you pull that knee in. Big breath in and exhale. Just let it go. And switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. Hands around the back of the right leg. Shoulders out. Head stays down. Again, we add a little bit of movement. Just kind of relaxing the hips and the lower back. And hold through the center. Pull that knee in towards your chest just to feel it. That left hip opening out a little bit, the left glute as well. And uncross the legs, find your band or a scarf or belt. Wrap whatever you have around that leg. If you don't have anything to hand, just hold the back of the leg with your hand. Again, relax shoulders. Get that leg as straight as you can. We're going to do some small circles for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg goes out to the side. Try to get as close to the floor as you can and up towards that shoulder. Keep the left hip down and cross the leg across the body. Switch hands on the bed. Keep the right hip down. Press the heel away. Pull your toes in and pull that band to feel that nerve stretch that runs down, maybe through the back of the knee. Everybody feels it a little bit differently. Perhaps in your lower leg. Come back to the center and then change to your left foot. Right leg just stretches along the mat. Your head is down, your shoulders are down. Again, we start some small circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg out to the side. Right hand to your hip, right shoulder down. Get that foot as close to the floor as you can, and then pull it up towards that shoulder. And then cross the leg across the body. Switch hands on the band. Keep the left hip down. Kick the heel away. Pull. And breathe. Back to the center. Let's put both feet into that loop or that band. Lift your head and roll yourself up. Take the band away. Lift yourself over to all fours. Imagine a string in the middle of your back, lifting it up to the ceiling. Belly button pulled in tight. Then tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Lift the heels. Look up towards the end of your mat. Arching the back. Pedal through the heels. Right heel down. Left heel down. Right and left. And then both heels are down. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang over your legs. Nod the head. Yes. Let's hold it back to the ankles. Shake the head. No. Let the hands hang, bend the knees, and roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Shoulders and head come up last. Take a big breath in, lift the arms up. And then breathe out, come up onto your toes, into your balance. Hands out to the side. Place the fingers behind the back, and open the chest. And shake everything out. Good, well done. Hi, Mom. I hope you made it to the end of the class. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody have a really lovely evening, and we're back. Actually, we're not doing a live stream at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're doing one at 1 p.m. London time tomorrow. That will be, what time in the U.S.? 8 a.m., I think. So please do check in and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the links and everything should be there. You can do past classes as well as the live streams. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.